Hello everyone, my name is Abidunisa. I am your trainer for the day, and the session is about geographic maps. How do you create geographic maps using Tableau? I'm sure you understood just by the name that it's something to do with maps, the world map, the geographic map, or the map of your country. It could be anything, and you can create those using Tableau. Now you may ask me, what is the use of it? Definitely, there is a lot of usage. If you want to track you have a business, you own a business, and if you want to track where are your customers from, you have several clients, and if they are from different parts of the world, you might want to just check by creating a map. You might be as a BI engineer or as a data visualization expert in your company. You might be asked to create a geographic map to show to several customers, from where are they, and from where in the different parts of the world do they stay. And suppose if it's not about that, suppose it's about a small company which provides what do you say, transport to its employees, and it wants to check from which part of the city do we have people coming to the office. And because based on that, they'll have to arrange cabs for these people and all, so that is when they will require to map out. Okay, yes, they can do it by manually just writing down, but then a map gives a better picture, isn't it? A map helps you understand. So as we all know, I'm sure a lot of you have heard this before, pictorial representation, they leave a huge impact on a human mind, right? So that is the reason you need to create such maps and use them for such purposes, right? Let's quickly move ahead to the agenda of the session. We are going to understand what are different geographical maps, and how do you create them using Tableau. My name is Abidunisa Begum, everyone. I am a technical trainer. I provide training on several programming languages, R, Python, and Tableau being some of them. So I think that's enough about me. Let's just move ahead and try to understand these graphs. So they are, as you can see here, this is the graph that you can create in Tableau using Tableau. So I've just taken out a snip from it and I have pasted here. And what can you do here is you can perform geographic analysis by plotting data points, like I told you, and you can accentuate geographic elements to enable easier data analysis, right? So you can use same example here. From where do you have customers, or from where are your employees coming? All that. And maps are also good for illustrating geographical trends. Okay, you can also map use them for seeing, the weather conditions, maybe for the um, how is the weather climate. If you want to know how much did it rain this year in which part of the country, then that is when you can also check using these geographical maps. Comparisons, like I told you, in which part of the country how did it rain, and relationships, and they allow you to drill down for more information. Now, as you can see, there are five types of maps here. First one being proportional symbol map. You can show quantitative information for locations. Choropleth maps, filled maps useful in showing ratio for comparison. Then you have point distribution maps. They plot the points on a map to highlight data points visually, the one you're seeing here. Flow maps, tracking the path of something over time across a map. Yes, so again, we can talk about the employees traveling from different part of the city to the office and how much time will it require. And why would they need that? How much time would it require? They might want to start as the cab that they are providing from their company to start early if the employee stays far. So if that's something related to that, that's when you use flow maps. Then you have spider maps. You can track where original location and destination locations interact, right? These are our spider maps. So and these are very maps are actually very effective, and are also in Tableau also they are the easiest chart types to create. They are effective because they help us decode latitude and also longitude combinations, and that too instantly. So this allows us to see patterns between geographic locations, and which may be otherwise challenging to discover. And they're easy to create because Tableau comes pre-packaged with thousands of geographic coordinates all over the world. And this makes it so simple You can just double click on a dimension that Tableau recognizes as geographic measure and or geographic dimension, if I can say that, or a measure, whatever you want to call it. As geographic will create a map on the view. And these Tableau maps that we'll be creating, they are technically scatter plots with points at the combination of each latitude longitude pair, and then an image of a map in the background, like you can see here. It unlocks even more applications, including the ability to map anything, even if it's not related to geography. Okay, so we'll be creating a map now. Let's just go to Tableau. If you haven't opened it, if you want to do along with me, you can. It's the time when you can open your Tableau public. And if you have the data set, let me just tell you, I'm going to use the same sample superstore US data set. So you can use that one as well. Now go to Tableau Public if you have opened it. Let's do it along otherwise, right? So open Tableau Public. I'll give you a minute for that. If you have to search, you can just search for Tableau Public. Meanwhile, if some are busy opening their Tableau Public, some of you can actually keep asking me questions in the comment section. Let's keep these sessions interactive so that I know you all are interested and listening to me carefully. And I would also know if you're watching the complete video, right? And if there are any suggestions for me, any feedback for me, you can let me know in the comment section. If there is anything I am missing in any particular session, you can also mention over there, and I'll make sure either to reply you or make those changes from the next sessions. A very another important thing is, like I said, if I am missing anything, do not mention to put it in the comment section so that I can pin your comment. And if I have really missed that one, others can actually read and comprehend your comment, right? So I hope now, by now, you all have opened your Tableau Public. Now you can just connect the data set, click on Microsoft Excel. For those who are new, you can download Tableau Public directly from the Tableau website. Click on, you can search for Tableau Public and go to the website, directly download it from there. Tableau Public requires only your email ID. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to even mention your card numbers or any such things, right? So you can just directly download. Tableau Public is open source. So now you have your data set. So here we go. Let's just search for our data set. So you can see I have my Tableau data sets in one place. I would also recommend you to keep such things in one place so that when you are creating these uh, visualizations or report, you might require creating as and when you are practicing, right? Or if you have any data that you yourself, that is from your company, or that you got it from somewhere apart from downloading from Google, you can also try using it for these different kinds of plots. Now I hope you have understood why are we using geographic map, because there is a latitude or longitude, or basically any region involved. So suppose if we are talking about Uber wants to check how, from where are their customers available, and from where to where do they go, and how is the traffic in different places. If they want to show up in the graph, they would require geographic maps. Now again, coming back to the topic, not just going too far from the topic. Let's just stay here and let's just add this orders sheet into the canvas, and then we can just start working on it. We go to the sheet, and we definitely require a geographic value. So we'll be taking country, and okay, let's do something new. I've just put it into detail and I got my chart. Now I'll just put do you have state as well? State, and I'll put it in okay, sorry, state, and I'll put it in label, right? So now you can see it much better. Then I want to see what are the sales or profits in different regions of US of this Superstore US data or Superstore US. So let's just check sales and let's just put them into label again. Yes, you can see this is how the sale, these are how the sales going. And probably if we do not want sales, we can remove that. And what's more helpful is profit. See, I have just taken profit and I have put it here. But then just by looking at it, definitely we cannot understand, and we'll also have to label them so that we understand it clearly, right? So I hope now you are able to understand how did we create this. What did we do? We just took a label or a dimension that had geographic, that is, related to geography, right? So it could be country, it could be state, or it could be city, or however it is in that particular data set. You can just take it and put it in the detail section. So that's how the chart was created. Then you took the states and kept it in label so that the states are labeled differently. Then you took the sales and you put it in the color, and also you put it into the label so you are able to understand. Now, how does that go? You can see looking here, you have a legend here to explain you how the sales are going from good, bad, worse. You can just relate that. I removed the sales and I have put profit here so that definitely profit makes better sense than looking at the sales, right? So yeah, but sometimes we'll have to take both of them and create a comparison chart. That's a completely different thing, and this is completely different, right? I hope now you are able to understand what are the different geographic maps, how are we using it, how did we, create using Tableau, right? So I hope till now you are able to get a hang of it, how to create different Tableau maps, different Tableau visualizations and reports. And if you still are not able to, do let me know. I'll definitely try to help you. Thank you very much for being with me throughout this session. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you think this is not helpful for you but can help others, do not forget to share it with them. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody. Happy learning.